Is anyone else flabbergasted when older people make comments like, I hate texting, I just miss phone calls? You miss phone calls? Well, I miss honesty because my generation remembers that you guys hated phone calls. I remember every single time that the house phone rang and my mom would be like, hey, you answer it. If it's Laura Johnson, tell her I'm at work. Or I'd answer the phone and be like, Arnold Residence, Kate speaking, Clarence Rogers, let me see if my father's available. And my father would pop up making this gesture, mouthing desperately, I'm not home. I will never forget the fury in which my mother would slam the receiver down and shriek, your Aunt Jennifer never stops talking. Does anyone else remember when a telemarketer would call during the dinner hour and our parents would answer and do that whole sassy bit where they were like, hey, you called me while I was eating dinner, so why don't you tell me when you eat dinner and I'll call you back then? And they'd hang up all smug like they really had the telemarketers on the ropes with that line. I will never forget the day I got a lesson on integrity and morality after stealing a pack of stickers from KB Toys, which was wild because the day before my parents had watched while my older sister gave me like a thorough lesson on being a better liar on the phone. I also remember when someone would call and leave a message with me and I'd give the message to my parents and they wouldn't call them back. And then we'd run into them at a school event and they'd be like, hey, you never called me back. I left a message with Kate. And my mom would be like, oh, you know how kids are. Kate probably forgot. And I'd have to burst in like, I'm sorry to ruin your claim of plausible deniability here, but my transcription is impeccable and I will not accept this slander. You don't miss phone calls.